not recommending that people buy stocks today or tomorrow or next week or next month. I think it all depends on your circumstances, but you shouldn't buy stocks unless you expect, in my view, you expect to hold them for a very extended period and you are prepared financially and psychologically to hold them.
Crypto fam, welcome back to the channel. You just saw Warren Buffett talking about stocks there, and we know historically Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, rest in peace, they have called Bitcoin rat poison. But if you look at their sound investing principles and what they believe in when investing for the future, you can see what Warren Buffett says in today's clip about holding for the future in something that you believe in. Remove when he says stocks and just put Bitcoin there, and you have the same investing principles. Hold for the long term. And I wanted to share this clip with you from Warren Buffett because this is what the Bitcoin bros believe is the best way to invest in Bitcoin and crypto and whatever else you want to invest in for the long term. You have to have a long-term horizon. Now let's get back to this clip. Let's check out what Warren Buffett has to say here.
The same way you would hold a farm and never look at a quote and never pay it. You don't need to pay attention to them. I mean, the main thing to do, and you're not going to pick the bottom, and nobody else can pick it for you or anything of the sort. You've got to be prepared to, when you buy a stock, to have it go down 50% or more and be comfortable with it as long as you're comfortable with the holding. And I pointed out, I think a year, maybe 2 years ago in the annual report, just the one before this most recent one, I pointed out that there have been 3 times in Berkshire's history when the price of Berkshire stock went down 50%. 3 different times. Now, if you owed it on borrowed money, you could have been cleaned out. There wasn't anything wrong with Berkshire when those 3 times occurred. But if you're going to look at the price of the stock and think that you have to act because it's doing this or that, or somebody else tells you, well, how can you stay with that when something else is going up or anything? You've got to be in the right psychological position. And frankly, some people are not really careful. Some people are more subject to fear than others. It's like the virus. It strikes some people with much greater ferocity than others. And fear is something I really never felt financially, but I don't think Charlie's felt it either. But some people can handle it psychologically. If you can't handle it psychologically, then you really shouldn't own stocks because you're going to buy and sell them at the wrong time. And you should not count on somebody else telling you this. You should do something you understand yourself. If you don't understand it yourself, you're going to be affected by the next person you talk to. And so you should be in a position to hold. And I don't know whether today is a great day to buy stocks. I know it will work out over 20 or 30 years. I don't know whether it'll work out over 2 years at all. I have no idea whether you'll be ahead or behind on a stock you buy on Monday morning.
So as you just saw in that clip, Warren Buffett says don't pay attention to the short-term moves. Even his stock had days or months where it was down 50%. And he said there was nothing wrong with Berkshire Hathaway itself. People were just very fearful. We're seeing a lot of the same thing with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, just a couple of weeks ago, when Trump was talking about it at the Bitcoin conference, peaked at $70,000 before waking all the way down to around $49,000. That's a 30% loss. A lot of people got scared. They sold their Bitcoin, and they may never come back to the space because they're scared of the volatility. And shortly after that, Bitcoin ripped back up around 24%, and now you can see it is back down from that mark again. Bitcoin is highly volatile. You should not be scared of the volatility of Bitcoin. Just like what Warren Buffett was saying, you have to have that long-term approach when investing in Bitcoin. If you wait 4 years, you're probably going to be in profit. And we're going to be checking out another clip here from Jeff Booth just in a second, but you can see here, when you are in fear, zoom out on Bitcoin. The days are highly volatile up and down. The years are even volatile themselves, but decades to come, Bitcoin's probably going to be going up and to the right. And Bitcoin now is more scarce than gold. You can see gold's annual inflation rate is 1.45%. Bitcoin's is 0.84%. And the difference here is Bitcoin's going to continue to get lower and lower and lower every 4 years when the halving comes. while gold is probably going to stay the same or even go higher if we get some newfound gold. And if you compare gold right now to Bitcoin, you can see gold's market cap is $16.5 trillion and Bitcoin is only at $1.18 trillion. So you see Bitcoin has a long way to go to flip gold's market cap. It's even a 10x wouldn't put it there. Bitcoin is still cheaper than silver. So you can see Bitcoin has a long room to go. The Bitcoin ETFs just got approved in January. So we can see here how undervalued Bitcoin is right now. And then this will continue to happen. In 2018, I paid $98,000 for my home. Bitcoin's price was $9,000. Today, the home is now worth $280,000 and Bitcoin's current price is $60K. So he paid 10.88 Bitcoin for his home in 2018, and now his home is worth 4.66 Bitcoin. Even with the appreciation of the real estate, you can see that right here. In 2016, this house would have costed you 664 Bitcoin, worth $288,000. In 2020, $328,000, 45 Bitcoin, and now 2024, it's only 6.5 Bitcoin. This will continue to happen as the years go by. Real estate will continue to appreciate solar, but Bitcoin will continue to outperform real estate, and your Bitcoin will buy more real estate over time. So this is why you should hodl for the long term. And I want to leave you guys with this before getting into this next clip with Jeff Booth. Recommend you guys watch that one all the way to the end. But Bitcoin helps with the solution of the government overspending. The governments are going to continue to overspend. So you should be opting out to a network where they cannot control the money, and that is Bitcoin. But let's go ahead and jump into this clip here.
Clarify, Bitcoin is Bitcoin, and whether it's BSV or BST, it's still Bitcoin. It's just a different...
BSV is a totally different... BSV and Bitcoin Cash, they're totally different. They're names. They're trying to copy the name to be able to confuse people, to be able to promote their thing.
Right. So if you're looking for pure Bitcoin as you've been describing, it would just be Bitcoin, nothing else.
Only Bitcoin. And every other, this is going to be a stretch for some people because they understand crypto, or every other crypto, whether they know it or not, I believe every other, in my opinion, every other cryptocurrency goes to zero.
Right.
Every other one, because this is a protocol. It's not a cryptocurrency. It's a protocol design, and the longest, most honest, decentralized, and secure chain wins over time. And then on top of that layer, you don't need other tokens. You don't need other coins. It's ubiquitous. It works in layers, and you add different functionality with different trade-offs to scale in layers, and all of the other coins can't serve that purpose.